Realtors are not getting found on search engine results pages, and I know why. Hi everybody, Emmanuel Ugo here, digital marketer, Hybrid Homes Limited, and I want to welcome you specially to another episode of Carry Your Business for Him. Today we are going to be talking about search engine marketing, and this is the part 2. Without wasting so much time, let's dive right in. In today's lessons, we are going to be talking about 6 things. And the first is going to be a quick recap of what we discussed last week in the physical training. And then we'll discuss effective keyword research, how to carry out effective keyword research. We will go into on-page SEO. We'll talk about technical SEO. We'll also talk about off-page SEO. Then we'll discuss tracking and analysis. Quick recap. What is SEM? So let's talk about what we discussed last week. Last week we talked about social search engine marketing, which is SEM, and we discussed what SEM is, how you can bump up your ranking on search engine results pages when customers or clients, potential clients, search for a particular key term related to your niche. How do you stand out in the results? That was what we discussed last week, and it was very insightful and very exciting experience. We also talk about why search engine marketing matters. Search engine marketing matters because in real estate to be very particular, search is very important because customers, potential clients, and your leads are searching. When they need something, many of them do not know you in person. So what they do is they search cheap lands in Ekpe, luxury properties in Ibejuleki. They search, and if you have done your homework properly, if you have optimized your pages, whether it is a website, social media pages, you are going to come up on the results page of those searches. That is why search engine marketing matters a lot. And then we discussed key strategies for efficient or effective search engine marketing. We talked about content marketing, we talked about SEO, and we talked about Google Analytics. We talked about keyword research. We also talked about keyword research last week, and I think I gave an insight on a particular tool you can use to find out what people are actually talking about, the kind of questions that people are asking regarding your niche, and how you can use that knowledge, that information, to craft your content if you are going to be doing content marketing as a strategy for your brand. You understand? If that's going to be your marketing strategy, then keyword research is very important. We also talked about tools and techniques, where I mentioned tools like Answer the Public, where you can actually find everything that people are searching for regarding a particular niche, either on Google, on Microsoft Bing, on TikTok, YouTube, or Amazon. You get. And we also talked about Google Search Console. We talked about Google Analytics, some of which I'll be diving in depth today. So sit back and don't miss a minute. We also talked about some recommendations for success, where I talked about some laid down rules that you have to follow if you want to actually rank higher. Some of them were free, and some of them you have to pay for them, like search engine marketing, where you pay for search ads, which is PPC, pay per click, and where you are charged if potential customers click on your link. Yes, so those are some of the recommendations that we made from last week. And today, in today's lesson, we are going to be diving into some of these techniques, gathering some in-depth experience of how these things work. So first of all, let's talk about keyword research. What is keyword research? I talked about this last week actually, and today I'm going to be going into a step-by-step approach, on how you can actually carry out your keyword research effectively. How you can carry out your keyword research effectively. Grab your pen, grab your notepad, because the information I'm going to be giving out, you might not see them or hear them anywhere. But do not worry, do not be scared. This session is recorded, and you can also, if you've not been following us on our social media handles, this is the time to do so, so that you can watch and rewatch this video anytime you want. So the first on our list is know your industry. Some people will say know your product, but it's not just your product you need to know. You need to know your industry. What is happening in the real estate space? What's the new trends? What's been happening? Real estate in Lagos State is taking another dimension. The government seems to be, trying to follow the master plan of the state. Now the trends are changing. How do we now carry out effective business procedures, even in this current situation that we are? You need to know your industry, understand what is working and what is not, understand areas where your industry is flourishing and areas where they are thriving and areas where they are struggling. Do you understand? So you need to know your industry. And then the second thing you need to do is to write down the terms that best describes your company. Like I said the other time, every organization, every niche, every sector has terms that guide them, or terms that they revolve around. Let's take real estate for example. We have terms like what do they call it? Documentation. We have survey. We have fencing. We have security. We have land banking. We have quite a lot. We have amenities, facilities. We have estates. We have architecture. You get, all these things are related to real estate. Motorable roads, security, a lot of them. Now, understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to narrow down these words. I'm just giving you broad words. I mean, security can be any type of security. It can be security, internet security, or cyber security. But then security, that is like a broad um, term used to describe something. Now, after you have brought down or you have written down all of these terms, then you define your goals. Why do you want to do keyword research? Are you trying to generate leads? Are you trying to get awareness? Are you trying to make people know you? Why do you, or do you want to build an email list? Why do you want to do keyword research? So you have to write that down. You have to define your goals. And then number 4, this is where you do mind mapping. What is mind mapping? Mind mapping is a situation where you now start branching. Remember the number 2, I said you should write down broad terms, right? Broad terms, security, development, and stuff. Now, in number 4, when you're doing your mind mapping, you have to now start branching all of these broad sections into smaller sections. Now, let us take security. For example, let's do mind mapping for security. What do we do in that sense? Security. Now you branch it down to real estate security or land banking security. Now you are bringing it down to just real estate. I don't know if you understand. You begin to cut it down. You begin to cut it down. Or real estate asset security. Do you understand? So these are some of the steps you have to take. You have to break down from the broad phrases and words that you have coined. You have to start niching them down. All right, so number 5, you can now use keyword research tools. I talked about Answer the Public last week, so I'm not really going to go into it again. But there are others. Answer the Public is just one. If we check here, this is a particular tool. It is called Ahrefs. If you are a developer or if you have website development idea, you will know what Ahrefs means. It's more like a link. Now, Ahref is a free SEO tool, and they have a particular tool called the free keyword generator, where you can find thousands of keyword ideas in a matter of seconds. And also, you can also search on Google, on Bing, on YouTube, and even on Amazon. Yes, and you can niche down your search to any country you want. So for this one, I'll choose Nigeria, and then you have to enter your keyword. Let's go for real estate. And then when you have filled that out, you can now click find keyword. It will have to verify if you are human, so complete the verification, and boom, we have keyword ideas for real estate. And the list is literally inexhaustible. Now, this one is actually, I think it is more intuitive than the Answer the Public platform because it's easier to understand, and it gives you this kind of status tags. It shows you which one is easy, which one is hard, which one is medium, and so on and so forth. But that's by the way. Our main concern here is the keywords. The keywords. We have immigrate to Canada as a real estate agent in 2023. And then there is real estate, there is real estate logo, there is real estate investments, there is real estate quotes, there is real estate business, real estate agents, real estate in Nigeria. What is real estate? Real estate companies in Lagos, real estate companies in Abuja, how to invest in real estate, and then real estate websites, real estate logo design, real estate management, real estate companies in real estate flyer designs, real estate images, real estate investments. So we can go on and on and on and on. This tool helps you to know what people are looking for, what people are searching, either on Google or on Bing or any of the platform that the software covers. You understand? Now, this is just information. What matters is what you do with this information. If you're going to be using content marketing strategy, this can be some potential hot topics for you. You can decide to speak on any of these, since this result is what people are asking. What you should be doing in your content is answering their questions. So this is a good place to start. Yeah, this is a good place to start. So this is keyword research. Use a keyword research tool. Answer the Public was last week. Now we are using Ahrefs. We are using Ahrefs now. So these are some tools. There are other new ones. I'm sure if you go on Google and type free keyword research tools, you will find them everywhere. Right? So this is, you can also get the metrics. It tells you the volume of search that a particular term has maybe on Google, and then it tells you the global volume, not just in Nigeria, in the world, what people are looking at, and then all of this. So I think this is a very good tool, and I'm going to explore it more. Now, that's step number 5. Use a keyword research tool. Number 6, you want to carry out search intent. Search intent simply means the reason why people should be looking for you, or the reason why people should be searching for you. Do you understand? The reason why people should be searching for you, it can be one of many reasons. It can be for information, for navigation, for transaction, for commercial purposes, for whatever reason. You don't have to tick all the boxes. What you want to do is narrow down your intent. Two of the major intent search intent should be information and transaction, because if you are using content marketing, I'm using content marketing because it is free. You don't have to pay, except if you want to pay, bring in some influencers or some content creators to create content for you. But if you want to create content for yourself, it can be one of two reasons. It's either you are passing information like I am doing right now, I'm sharing information with you, or you are transacting, you are trying to sell a product. That is where your KYP comes in, where you have to know everything about the product you're selling. But apart from knowing your product, you have to know your industry so that you can adequately educate people. Now, by educating people, you gain awareness. People begin to know you. That is when you begin to show up on search engines. People begin to refer you to their colleagues, to their friends, and so on. So informational intent and transactional intent. Navigational intent can actually come out. People can actually search for how to get to Epe from Ikorodu. And if you have created a road tour of one of your sites in Epe, and you used some of those keywords in your content, in the caption, that content can show up in the search because you have sprinkled a couple of keywords into your content. So those are 6 steps, 6 well-defined steps that you can take to actually create or carry out an effective keyword research. Now let's move on to step number 2, on-page SEO. On-page SEO. What that simply means is more of a technical term, because on-page SEO simply means how you make your page. Remember the last time I said, as a realtor, you should have a website, because a website is like a landing page where somebody, potential clients, potential prospects, or anyone can actually find you. They don't really need to know your social media handle. They don't really need to know your Instagram handle. They don't have to put all that in their heads. They just need to know your website address, www.beautifulrealtor.com. Any day, anytime you can be found there. You understand? So on-page SEO is how you make your web page SEO friendly, how you spice it up with different SEO techniques to make sure that you are ranking high on search engine results pages. Now, let me put this out there. This particular technique is necessary, but it doesn't really mean that you will be number one on the page. This one is important because by merit, your page or your website can actually stand out. When Google sees that, okay, this person's page is getting a lot of visits, the traffic is high, people are finding this page very useful, Google can rank you high. So it depends on what you do after creating your website that can actually make this particular step to become very effective. Yeah, I'm going to be saying a little bit of technical things, and I'll do my best to explain it in a normal parlance so that you guys can understand what I'm saying. Now, there is something called the title tag. If I carry out a simple search on Google, if I say, let me use google.com. If I go to google.com and I say land investments in Nigeria, land investments in Nigeria, if I search for that, now, if we go here, Now let's take a look at this particular result here. This particular result here. What you see is, first of all, you see a heading. Now before the heading, you will see the web address and any other information that follows it. But then you will see a title, a heading, Property Investments in Nigeria, 5 Ways to Invest in Property. That is the heading. And then after that, you will see a little bit of description. A little bit of description trying to give you more information about this heading you find out. Now, what is happening here is actually a title tag that was added inside the website when it was being developed. Now, this is how you know websites that are actually developed with SEO in mind. When you build a website or when you contract someone to do so, the person has to include tags, title tags. Now, the title tag will carry a brief description or a brief heading of what your page is about. Yeah, so it's not going to be the title, home page, about page, services page, contact us page. No, it's going to be something that is descriptive, like what is written here: property investment in Nigeria, dash 5 ways to invest in property. Now that is a heading. Google can actually work with this. Do you understand? So this right here is the title tag. If you had access to this website right now and you checked the heading, the header of this website, you will see this particular text in there. That's one. Another one is the description tag. It is usually called, or in technical terms, it is called the meta description tag. Now, the meta description tag, that is where this description is found. So, the meta description tag tries to elaborate on the heading or the title tag. Whatsoever the title tag is saying, the description tag tries to expand on it. It tells people or it tells clients what the page is about. And as you can see in the description tag here, it says uncover 5 powerful strategies for property investments in Nigeria. Do you remember what our search was? Look at our search. Land investments in Nigeria. Out of these 4 terms, 3 of them, these 3 are found in that particular description. Investments in Nigeria. So this particular website and some others that you can see here, they were optimized for search engine. So we need the meta description and we need the title tag. We also need the header tags. The header tag are the different headings in your website. The headings, the about us. That is where the about us now comes in. The about us, contact information, services we provide, who we work for, all of those different headings that you include in your website. They should also, don't just give them random captions. Give them something that people can actually search for. Something that people can actually search for. So, for example, properties in Ep5. Instead of you just saying our projects or featured listings, you can say hybrid luxury properties in Ep5 or hybrid affordable properties in Ep5. Now, if somebody carries out a search on Google and says luxury properties in Ep5, Google can actually rank your page because inside of your page you have something that is related to that. Google can actually rank your page. Maybe not exactly, but in a broad sense, your page can also get ranked. So that is what on-page SEO means. We also have things like content optimization, where You add, things that people can actually search for while creating your content. You understand? Look for those, use those keywords you have researched on, use them in your content. So make sure you are including them. Um, Probably in your introductory speech, you can say, hey guys, today we'll be talking about investments in Ep5. Somebody can actually search that online, investment in Ep5, and because you have optimized your content using that term, your content can actually show up online. Yeah, so that's content optimization. Then we move to technical SEO. Now this one is more technical analysis. You have to be able to analyze your web page performance. You have to know how fast it is running, the site speed, and the mobile optimization. Is it friendly to use your website on a mobile phone? If because almost everybody performs their mobile, or let me say their online activities on the phone. Not everybody, people don't carry laptops around, but easily someone can pull out their phone no matter where they are and do a Google search. So 90% of the time your website should be mobile optimized. It should be easy to use on a mobile phone. You understand? So all of those little, well, not like they are little, they are very important. All of those things have to be considered when making, when you're doing your SEO. Now, for site speed, when websites are developed, before they can be accessible to the globe, they have to be hosted on a domain platform. And we have lots of them. We have Hostinger, we have Namecheap, we have Truehost, we have Vercel, we have Render, we have lots of them. Now, each of these platforms have their own metrics, how you can easily see your website performance, if it is running fine, how many percent um, is it running at, how many visits you are getting, how many hits, they call it hits, how many hits it is getting. Now, when you are hosting your website, you will get a dashboard. You will get a dashboard to that effect. So if I quickly check, just to show you what I mean, if I do, if I visit one right here and I log in really quick, so if I log in here, I have there, you can easily, you can see how it is running. These are some metrics right here: the performance, the web hosting, the disk usage, all of your metrics, how many percent of your website storage is being used, where are people actually visiting your website from. You have Nigeria, you have United States, we have Singapore, and so on and so forth. So all of these are some really good. You need to be able to understand some of these things so that you'll be able to measure. Because one thing about doing anything online is that whatsoever you're doing online can actually be tracked. You can track everything online. Do you get? There is always a way to track it. All right, so there is always a way to actually keep tabs on all of these performances: the speed, the disk usage, hits, where your website is being visited from the geographical location, demographics, people who are hitting your site. Are they using more of mobile phones or more of desktop? All of these things can be tracked, and you have to keep tabs on all of this. This is where your management comes in, where your website or your web developer guy, he keeps tab, lets you know how you're performing and all of that. That is technical SEO. Now we go to off-page SEO. Now off-page SEO is talking about optimizing other pages that will link back to your page. Now a good method of doing this is what we call backlinks. I mentioned this last week. Now backlinks are like pages that refer to your page. Take for example, if I created a blog post, right? I create a blog post, I post it on my own website, right? Not on social media now. I post it on my website. Like if I do a video and instead of just posting it on Instagram, I'll post it on my own or on, let me just use Highbridge for example. I'll post it on Highbridge's blog platform. Now, I will have to copy the link from that blog platform and then go to Instagram, create another content relating to what I have created, and then add that link to it and post it on Instagram. So whenever people click the link on Instagram, they will go to my website. I don't know if you understand. That's what we call backlinks. So post it on your website. Most of your content should be posted on your website. Now, as blogs, of course, as blogs, you can post them as blogs on your website and then copy the link of the blog and post them on your social media, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere you have an audience. Now when your audience engage with that link, they will be directed back to your website. What that does is that Google now sees that this website is very important. Why are people going from other pages to this page? That means there must be something in this page that is of help to people, making them live where they are and coming here. So that way the crawlers or the Google bots that indexes websites and show results on the search engine results page can actually rank your page because your page is useful, it's getting traffic, it is optimized, and a lot of things. So that is what backlinks does. Do you get? So you want to drive traffic, you can actually, backlinks can be very useful. Post your article on your own page. Post them on your page. Now, copy the link from your page and post online on social media. I think that is what some of these news platforms do. They will post the story on their own website. Maybe it's Channels TV or Niger Legit. They will post it on their own website. Then they will copy the link and take the front page or the image, the graphic that stands out, or maybe an image of the person they want to give a report about. They will post it on Instagram, add some little captions, and then at the end they will write read more, and then they will paste the link to their website there. When you engage with that particular content, you are directed back. Maybe you were on Instagram, they will take you out of Instagram and they will take you to their website. That is what backlinks does. You understand? So that's backlink. And then we also have social signals. Like what I said, engagement, likes, comments, shares, saves, all of this actually boosts your ranking. When this social media algorithm sense that there is something important about this particular page, there is something important about this particular content, this particular blog or blog post, they tend to rank you higher because they see that people are coming, living wherever they are and rank and coming to your page, which means there is information in your page that can actually help. So your page begins to climb the ladder. That is it. And then we also have guest blogging. Guest blogging is where you now probably recruit a couple of bloggers or influencers to promote your blog. Do you understand? Or you can even get referrals if your blog is very important, or if your content is very educative. People can actually share your post. So when they share it, it is showing on their own story or on their own feed. But then when people interact with it, it takes them out of their feed to your own web page. So that is it. That is off-page SEO. Off-page SEO. It's very important. And the last one here is tracking and analysis. We also have local SEO. Yes, we also have local SEO. Local SEO is where the normal things you do, you create WhatsApp business, you create a profile on WhatsApp, you create Google My Business, you also create you get client reviews, you attend local events, try to put yourself out there. You understand? Put yourself out there. When people engage with your content, they testify about they go online and say what they have benefited or how your product has changed their life. All those ones are just within your own social media space or within your own area. You understand? Those things are very important. And then finally, let's talk about tracking and analysis. Like I said before, everything you do online can be tracked. You can actually see how your blog post is performing, how your website is performing, how people are engaging with your posts. I mean, Instagram actually has a view insights option where you can view how many times people have played your reels, how many people have shared your reels, the total watch time, the average watch time, the engagement. Are you reaching more of your followers or non-followers, and all of that? So all these things can actually be tracked. And for SEO, last time I talked about Google Analytics. Today, I'm going to talk about the Google Search Console. The Google Search Console is actually Google's way of, ranking your pages, giving you metrics to actually track how your page is working. So when you go to this website right here, search.google.com/Google search. Search.google.com/search console/welcome. And you come to this box right here and you can type in your website domain name, www. Okay, no need for the subdomain, just write your website and you can hit continue. So it checks for verification, then it gives you this modal box. What you're seeing here is actually something technical. If you do not have idea on technicalities, you might need the help of someone who understands IT for this. But basically, it's relatively simple. Now you have to go to your domain where you have hosted your website, maybe Namecheap or Hostinger or wherever you have hosted your website. And then you have to go into your domain, that particular domain, and then you have to create a TXT record. Create a TXT record. When you create a TXT record, it's going to ask you for a key and a value. There is no key here, but what we see here is a value. So you have to copy this particular link, google-site-verification equal to OY and all of this plenty alphabet. So you copy it and then you paste it in the value box, and after that you click verify. So when it verifies, a dashboard will actually open where you can now view everything that is happening on your website. Everything that is happening on your website. Even the keywords that people are searching that can actually rank your website, you can actually see them from here. Yeah. So this is actually one great tool. This is one great tool that you can actually use to track your SEO progress. And another one is conversion tracking. Conversion tracking, you can use a marketing funnel for that. What that simply means is you keep tabs of how people are moving down the funnel from the awareness stage, where you have all kind of random people there, people who are interested or people who are not interested. Then you have to track, there are different contents for different levels. Awareness content is where you can just create, awareness. You are selling yourself. Like I said the last time, you sell yourself in the awareness page. Who you are, what you do, where you have been, the kind of lifestyle you live. People just get to know you, like, okay, this person is becoming a household face. They now see you regularly. So at that point, anybody and everybody is coming into your funnel. People are liking your posts, some you don't even know. Yeah. So then you bring them down to the consideration. This is where email lists. I personally like email marketing. Email list comes in. You put out content out there in order to get information from people, maybe their name and their email address or their phone numbers. Now you are building this list. These people in the long run can become your prospects, because they might not be ready to buy at a particular time, but they know that you are a voice in this field. For them to give you their email address and their phone numbers, that shows that they are interested in what you're saying. And that if you can keep on fanning that fire in them, one day when they need when they need that product, you'll be the first person to come to mind. So you have to keep track of that conversion. How do you move people from the top, from just being random followers, to actual clients and even in your buyers of your product? That is how you do. Now, the marketing funnel is a very, very good tool for this. And other SEOs too: Google Analytics, Facebook Insights, Instagram Insights. You keep track of how you are performing, especially if you want to do free marketing, like content marketing. Maybe you're not really keen on ads. You want to organically build your business, build your brand. It's going to take a lot, trust me, because you have to put out content that will actually give people reasons to follow you, educational content. You have to expose things that people will actually know you for. Like, if you want to find out about this, you have to follow this person. For example, if you hear the name Aproko Doctor, you already knows that he talks about medical stuff in a very, very light way. He puts it lightly. He can talk about a very serious situation, but he will just say it in a light, he will put it lightly, so that everybody and anybody can actually hear him, enjoy what he's saying, and understand, even if they don't have an in-depth understanding of what he's saying, but they can relate to what he's saying. That is that is what content marketing. If you really want to build your brand with content marketing, you have to be putting out educational content. That is where knowing your industry, not just your product, knowing your industry matters. You have to know the trends. What is happening is very important. All right, so it's been a wonderful time, and I really want to appreciate everybody who has stayed through to this point, and I say thank you for your attention. I will be waiting for your questions. You can drop them in the comment section. You know, I will try my best to answer in simple terms so that everybody can actually understand. If you have not followed our social media handles, they will be flashing on the screen. Make sure you follow them, because there are much more educational content that are actually coming your way. And follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok. Lots of educational content coming your way. So with that said, see you on the next one. Ciao.